Hello and welcome back to RockedUpTV at the Hut. We've got Matt from While She Sleeps.
One.
We're going to do a little interview. The sold out While She Sleeps show, Brainwashed UK Tour.
Yeah.
First question I normally ask is, why are you guys a band?
I decided I wanted to be in a band so fucking long ago when I was so young. I think it's because it's like, it has such an escape from the real world in it. I didn't like school because I didn't like people sort of teaching me stuff. I like learning things myself, and I think that being in a band is that kind of world. You just like, you discover how things work by doing it. It's not like I'm going to go to be in a band college and then come out of it with a degree. Like,
that's cool.
I think that's probably why.
What sort of things would you say influence While She Sleeps as a whole, whether it's musically or other things?
We kind of, when people are always like, oh, what's your influences? And I think, like, life's the biggest influence. I know that's a really like broad way to answer that, but we sing about the whole idea behind like our songs is that they're basically like diary entries of our thoughts and opinions on the world. We're not saying we write on anything. It's just our outlet to shout about the things that we love or we hate. Do you know what I mean? Basically. So we just get inspired by problems, amazing things, opportunities. So like it can be, I could have the best thing ever and I'd write a song about it, or the state the world's in, or the state fucking the whole shit what's happening in Europe at the moment with Syria. Like, I'm writing about that at the moment, and like the things that I feel like matter most. I think it's important that if you get any kind of success in a career where you're performing or entertaining in front of people, that you use that wisely and actually try and say something positive to people, because otherwise you're just another fucking TV advert or some bullshit just going into your head to profit something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to have some kind of positive.
That's a refreshing answer. Normally I ask, have you got any mad stories? But I know you guys have been to like America, Australia,
so many
Asia,
that I can't.
Europe.
When these questions come
the whole
up,
thing
I'm
sounds like a mad story. Like.
We always have like the go-to ones that I'm just like, is he really telling this again? Mad stories. Trying to think of like recent shit. Oh, we did some cool ass shit last time we went to Warped Tour. We actually went to America without Lots. Lots couldn't get a visa because the US embassy was just broken. So they just couldn't even print his visa, just some bullshit. So we all went without him. And arrived at Warped Tour, and I basically went knocking on like everyone's tour bus and we're like, do you want to sing like a song tomorrow? And I got like a different changing vocalist for the first set of the tour, and then he got over. And we also jumped out of a plane on that tour.
I think I remember seeing that shit.
We tried to do like,
happening.
we basically just like tried to pretend we were Nitro Circus when we were on board. So we went like whitewater rafting, we like zip lined through the Colorado mountains, the Rockies, skydived, went horseback riding. There's much just like stupid shit.
It is an ongoing mad story.
Yeah. Well, we try and, like on some tours they can be quite sort of monotonous, like your car park every day, don't see much, so we kind of try and make the days off, like on this, the day off we spend it writing because we're in the process of doing the next record, but on that it was kind of like, let's just fucking enjoy ourselves a bit.
Yeah.
Some fun shit.
I wanted to ask in particular about Six Audio and all the stuff. I got wind of that on Instagram a few months ago, and I've just been fascinated by the idea of the project.
Yeah.
And I think it sums up your band's ethos.
That's kind of why
fair to say.
Yeah, then that's why we're doing it, because basically, like we're more like 7 years into being like in the music industry and learning how shit works, and constantly, like I was saying about apprenticeships and college and shit, like this is the big apprenticeship. Do you know what I mean? Every day you learn some more shit that you didn't know. You're never like, oh, I know everything about touring or I know everything about shit. But we've come to a bit of a point where we're like, the industry are very fucking happy to take as much as they possibly can before, and the artist basically is fucking the last in the line of them, like, because of the internet.
Yeah.
Which obviously did so many amazing things with music. We obviously did so many things that hurt it. So now you can't make any money out of actual music anymore. People consider it free because of things like Spotify and YouTube and everything like that. And merch is the way that bands can survive, basically, merch and touring. And the warehouse is like, we were like, the more things we can do on our own, the more we can actually make this a sustainable career. And we like doing it that way, do you know what I mean? Like, we're all very DIY dudes and always have been. And we used to have this place, the barn, which was our sort of starting spot. I recorded the North in there, and we lived there, and it was this amazing vibe all the time because we were all living in a place together and eating together and just spending all our time together like we are. Now we only really get that on tour.
Yeah.
So the warehouse is, we rebuilding that, but actually as our own space. We bought a warehouse, we built basically a big studio, like a control room and live room, which is 6 audio. We just wanted a way of sort of calling it something, so we're not just constantly doing it through sleeps. It is something that when we have time off, like we both, me and Sean, are sort of taking Sean sort of mainly, and I've done Dustin in the past and kind of still love it, this whole producing sort of role. So the idea is that we build the studio, but also build the foundations of the place we're going to build the next record in. So it's not just building a new album, it's like we built the walls to build an album in, and we're going to record the record ourselves.
It's cool how things started with the barn and it obviously evolved, and that the
we lost that,
into something else now.
We had to just move out of that place, and it just all went west.
But now it's going, you've got bigger space.
Yeah, now we're like, and we're like, do you know what I mean, a lot more grown up and in the time in our sort of lives where it's like, we've never had the opportunity to like get a place before. And the idea is that we can just run everything from there. We're obviously going to live there as well. The top floor, we have 6 bedrooms on it, and an office, and we're going to run sleeps from the place, distribute all the merch from there, eventually print merch from there, and record the record ourselves. So it's like, and then like doing the record like that, it'll have such a natural feel to it. Yeah, and that's the whole point. We're trying to just like bring that back and just get together in a room and play some fucking music like we used to.
That's it. It's pretty admirable.
We've got a day off tomorrow, and I'm going back and learning how to and going to do it, to plumb in the sink in the kitchen that I just built, and then get back in the wagon on Tuesday morning. Gonna go in then. I'll have that fucking sink working by tomorrow evening, because it's all good, but like, we can't. I'm not living out of a microwave. I need to be able to fucking
cook a proper meal,
boil some water and cook some pasta or some shit. Like, too many microwaves.
So the theme with the Brainwashed UK tours was sort of taking it back to the grassroots where Sleep started.
Yeah.
Visiting places a bit off the radar, the smaller venues. How important do you think venues like the Hut and the other venues that you've been visiting on that tour?
Completely as important as everywhere else. That's the whole point of the other tour, is that the album's called Brainwashed, and it's not us saying we're not brainwashed, it's us saying we're brainwashed as fuck, do you know what I mean? You're constantly surrounded by all this shit telling you to do stuff. And the industry and the way tours happen so often now is, people think that the only places that exist are Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham, London, Glasgow, do you know what I mean? Those times it's like, when really, the way this band started getting any respect in the UK were by playing anywhere, and all these places have a great vibe to them. And we hired the whole tour ourselves. We were like, why don't we actually just speak to the venue and say, can we just hire a venue rather than using a big promoter?
Yeah.
And it's just fun for us. Like, we've just done that Valentine's tour in the States. They're amazing rooms that were awesome, but it's like 2,000 people every night and a big gap to the crowd, and we were just like, let's just do the fucking opposite to cap the tour with to cap like the record cycle off of Brainwash before we go in and get in with a new record. It's like, let's go, and this is like the smallest tour we've done since like 2009. And it's just, the whole tour capacity is smaller than the last London show we did in 11 days. You know what I mean? Like, so we were just like, let's just take it to just completely the opposite end of the scale, because we know it's just going to be a little fucking laugh. Like, last night in Bolton, we probably had more fun on stage than I've never witnessed us mess around that much. You know what I mean? It's just kind of nice. Like, and then we just stay in the pub after we finish and everyone who's at the gig gets to just chill and have a beer with us.
I spoke to a guy and he said, I can't believe the Sleeps are playing here. The last time I saw them was with 2,000 other people. And it's it's good to just bring it right back down to that.
Yes, and it is just as important. I mean, don't mean these shows are like irrelevant or these towns are irrelevant. These are the people who fucking go to shows, buy merch and support music just as much as London does. Like, it's not fair that they don't get gigs. We actually started off better in Doncaster than we did in Sheffield. We got more support. We used to play in Sheffield and no one gave a fuck. And then we got more support in Doncaster. And then went back to Sheffield and all started getting better. This is like fucking years ago, but those towns are really important, you know what I mean? And to support your local scene if you've got a good venue is the critical part of it. Because like Laws, he puts on a festival in Doncaster, he promotes bands all the time basically, he's got shows all the time, and it's like, without doing that shit, your scene will die. When people ask the question, why are there any good bands? It's like, well, because there's no scene for the bands to go and play. You're never going to find them. There might be good bands, but unless there's people supporting it, then you're never going to know about it.
That's it. Sounds well. Thanks very much for giving us your time today, Matt.
Thanks,
and I hope tonight's show
is
fucking sick.
Safe.
Peace.